So the other day I was out shopping with my son when a tantrum began bubbling at the surface. And then out of nowhere, a woman appeared and she said, "Sometimes it's better to just leave them at home." What a multifaceted observation, and one that left me with so many questions. Does she think I don't also believe that? And does she think I have a choice? Which got me thinking. They say that revenge is a dish best served cold. Well, you know what unsolicited advice is? It's a dish that should never end up on your table unless explicitly asked for. I am so tired of all this judgment in disguise. And it's not just strangers, it's friends, family, social media. It's like everybody thinks they have a better way to parent than you. But how do you avoid something that can come from anyone, anywhere, especially when you least expect it? You can't. Unsolicited advice is just not helpful. It's a bogus side effect of being a mom. So I'm taking a break from reading it, hearing it, and generally giving a crap. You can't stop the onslaught of unwanted opinions. So here's your choice. You be the mother and the person you need to be to survive. And when it comes to all these outside opinions, you can take it with a grain of salt, or you can be like me and block it out.
What do you call 2 billion women who take totally different paths while on the same journey? Moms! Join me, MJ Miller, as I dive deep into motherhood, what it looks like, what it feels like, and sometimes what it smells like. What do we have in common? What sets us magical creatures apart from the rest? We're mothers, and we're carrying the Motherload.
As moms, we put our kids in activities to see what will stick. Like ballet, soccer, violin. We're just tossing them like an uncooked piece of spaghetti against that wall just to see what will stick. My parents desperately wanted me to succeed in sports, which is why I'm in the arts. They put me in softball, and let me tell you, if you take it in the head as much as I have, you would not call it soft. I was the backup pitcher. They didn't really like to use me, though, because I had a reputation of letting players get to base with me. And I would also walk everyone home, sometimes during the games. Oh, and I love umping. One time, I was umping this game, and this kid took a really wide swing and hit me with the tip of his bat. I grabbed it from him, and I hit him back, and I said, "That's right, kid. This umpire strikes back."
Okay, so I'm asking some questions here. You have a mom?
I do have a mother.
Yeah. How many hours of labor was your mom in?
I don't believe it was too much. I believe it was only roughly like 6 hours.
Only 6.
It's only 6.
She had nothing to complain about. What do you know about your own birth?
So I was born at 7:47 a.m. and my mom told me that a lot growing up because I loved planes. She'd say, "Oh, 747 is also a plane," and along the lines I got that confused with thinking I was actually born on a plane.
For me and my brother, I think I can remember my mom saying we were both we popped out at around 4 in the morning, so timing-wise, it was...
That was her birthing hour,
yeah,
4 a.m.
4 a.m.
It was quick. It was at like 6:30 during the summer, so my mom was at the zoo with my siblings, and then things started happening, and then hospital we go. Yep.
From the zoo to the hospital to the zoo.
To the zoo, yeah.
But I don't think I was that bad, like a few hours.
A few hours, Mom, get over it.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, that's not what I meant.
Not what you meant.
Yeah,
No.
it could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
But
That's
yes.
what we mean.
Yeah.
It could have been worse, but look what you got. Do you know anything about your own birth?
Oh, way too much. Nothing for this television crew. My head was too big and I did a lot of damage, so.
What was it like being in your mom's womb?
Tight. I remember it was very crowded and just kept getting less and less comfortable, and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I'm not paying $350 a month for this.
Wouldn't it be great if the path to a dream was always the one of least resistance? But but it so rarely is. And maybe that's what makes the final destination so incredible. Take local hockey phenom Matthew Highmore, for example. His road from Junior Hockey League top scorer and MVP to the NHL was anything but straight. But after being overlooked in the NHL draft, he persevered, leading his team in scoring in the AHL and becoming the first rookie to score 20 points in a season. Now Matthew is living his dream playing for the Vancouver Canucks. As moms, we understand that sometimes hard work needs a little patience and persistence before it pays off. For more insights, we'll talk to Matthew's mom, Janice, and discover how she helps him keep his stick on the ice.
Hi, MJ. Come on in.
Oh, thanks. How are you, Janice?
I'm well.
That's a lot of being called up and sent back. And so can you speak to that?
So the excitement about being called up is one of a kind. And then, yes, it's very emotional when you get sent back because you wonder, what have I done wrong? But sometimes it's just the player that you filled in for is now healthy again, so they don't have room on the roster. So you go back to the team you came from.
He must have felt like a yo-yo for a while there.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's a yo-yo in a game that he loves, so. Matthew was a Dartmouth Whaler all through his minor hockey, and he was actually the first Dartmouth Whaler to have ever played in the NHL.
Woohoo!
So in 2018, they presented him with this award, and you know, it was very touching.
This matches my outfit.
It does.
Oh my God, that's great. A little bit of bling there.
In Matthew's last year with the Sea Dogs, they won the President's Cup. So that meant that they were then eligible to go play in the Memorial Cup. There's a lot of hype with it. It was a very exciting time.
Were you there?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Always. That's like
Mom's
that's
always
like the
there.
Stanley Cup of the Quebec Major Junior League.
What would happen if I tapped your 20-something-year-old self on the shoulder while you were watching a Vancouver Canucks game, and I said, you know, someday, right on that TV, your son's gonna be there? What would you have said to me?
You're crazy.
And tell me about this this big thing over here.
This is his. Ooh, he scored his first goal with Chicago in Boston, and this is what Chicago put together. So it's the game puck, his stats.
That's a good celebration phase. I love it.
I was at home watching the game, and I couldn't stop crying.
Really?
It was just so exciting. It was so exciting.
The heck?
You know, you get that first goal.
My best mom memory would probably be the birth of my third child. I was like a seasoned vet. I wasn't freaked out or anything. I knew what was gonna happen, and she came in all perfect, and I was like, hey, I got this. The first time was a nightmare. The second time was a little rocky, but by the third and final, I was ready to go.
I don't think I have one in particular, really. I mean, there's a lot of great memories, so I can't sit there and pull one out, actually.
My best mom memory would have to be the day my kids were born. As exhausted as I was, it's still the best day of my life.
I gotta say the same. The day my kids were born, after, you know, hours and hours of labor, it is, you know, there's something magical that happens there. That would be my favorite day, times 2 for me.
It's when my son graduated from college. I was very proud of him.
My son brought me home a small bird's nest for Mother's Day.
My worst mom memory, probably letting my son roll off the bed. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, probably dropping my child down 3 sets of stairs. That was terrible.
The worst day for me as a mom was same answer, labor and delivery. Labor and delivery was, you know, the most incredible, awful thing and beautiful thing. It's a very difficult one.
like Trump was president. I didn't realize how much work it would be. When you become a mother, everyone starts throwing the word nature at you. It's like, are you gonna have a natural childbirth? Yes. I mean, how do you have an unnatural one? No, I'm just gonna pick up a baby from the superstore. I always think it's weird when people say that something's unnatural, like being gay or trans or bi is unnatural. I always think, have these people ever seen nature? Because if you see nature, you're like, oh my God, I didn't know that was natural. There are at least 7 species of mothers who will eat their babies. So no, I am not a natural mother because I have a sensitive digestive system and one of them is really scrawny.
I'm Janice Gareau, and I'm Matthew Highmore's mom, and he currently plays for the Vancouver Canucks in the NHL. I am the 3rd child in a family of 6. Growing up with 6 kids, it was a pretty hectic household. You know, my mom was a homemaker and had to be. And there were a lot of pies served in a French-Canadian family every night, and she baked them fresh every day. And she managed everything from the finances to the day-to-day activities. And to me, she was a real role model.
Did you feel that she got the credit she deserved?
My mom got so much credit. I definitely saw myself as a mother. I thought I would have had my children a little earlier in life than I did. Circumstances dictated that that didn't happen in my 20s. I had married my high school sweetheart, and we had been planning on having a family, and when he was 27 years of age, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer. And he was diagnosed on June 26th of one year, and he died June 1st the next year. So all our plans of our future went out the window with that diagnosis and outcome. So I didn't think I was going to have children. Starting that first year and after his death, it was just a stepping stone to healing and being independent. Getting that first Christmas tree up on your own, like getting through the firsts was very tough. But again, my family and friends were around me, and I still have a friend who calls me every June 1st to say, I'm just reaching out because you know it's today. I remember back in the day, it wasn't common for you to talk to anybody, any grief counselors or anything like that. Family and friends are wonderful, but sometimes getting some professional help will help them get through those difficult times as well. 4 years later, I met and married my children's father, and knowingly had said that I didn't want to have children based on my life experience. But he wore me down. And at 37 and 40, I had my 2 kids. And that's the proudest accomplishment that I've had.
What was the most challenging part of parenting for you?
Keeping up on the schoolwork. When I think about that in the younger days, with Matthew being so focused on hockey, and I remember one of his elementary school teachers asked me to change the kind of book up that he was reading, because all of his books were hockey-based books. And I said, but if he's reading and that's what he's interested in, that's what he wants to read, why change? Never wanted something so much as he did. So I think it's just being that listening ear, being that sounding board, and sometimes I say the wrong things.
No.
And it's like, Mom, no, don't say that. I try.
You didn't say like, well, maybe Matthew, this is not for you.
Oh, that I've never said. I knew it was for him, but you know, sometimes trying to walk him through the ups and the downs, I'm not probably always the best at it, but
really?
He just knows that I'm still there and I will listen. I've gotten better at listening.
Yeah. I know it's hard not to tell them what to do.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like just don't be sad about that.
I want to take all the hurt away.
Moms always want to take all the hurt away.
We do.
I don't know if you know this, but hockey is a rough sport.
I am a worrier. I worry about everything. I make up worries, just to be prepared in case. There have been lots of moments that I've worried, because there are some big players on these teams, and Matthew's not a big guy, but he's solid on his feet and he's fast on his feet. I don't take my eyes off him when he's playing. I typically like to watch the games on my own because I don't want distractions. And I hear the sound of him crashing into the boards and all that. He said, "Oh, that was nothing, Mom." Like, I go, "Really? It was nothing, it was really loud." My kids every day here, actually, even with their father, there's not a phone call that ends without us telling that we love each other. And I always say, "I love you more."
Does society look down on fathers who choose to be caregivers? Sadly, I think they do, because that work is not valued.
Dads do get an unfair portrayal sometimes, being called the babysitter.
Still a double standard with fathers for some reason. I don't know why.
I think that society has evolved to not holding people to the traditional stereotypes as much anymore.
Raising children, educating children, caring for children is not valued by society. God knows why, because we're raising humans.
Being a mom comes with its fair share of chaos on a good day. But in our new normal, trying to feign enough optimism to carry an entire family can be exhausting, and moms across the world are craving relief. Or at least they would if they had the time. Which is why we've created a brand new program to utilize those ever-elusive moments alone, maximizing your mom potential. Introducing the positively realistic, no-bull, harsh truth affirmation app for moms.
Hello, and welcome to day 1 of our harsh truth practice, begrudgingly accepting your life.
Instead of yanking your chain the way other apps and home decorations do, our guided affirmations and meditation keep things 100% positive, as in, positive your partner's flagrant disregard for instruction will never cease to amaze you.
Breathe in. Your husband will leave the shopping list you built, specifically around this week's flyer in the car, when you sent him for groceries. Breathe out.
Positive your partner's flagrant disregard for instruction will never cease to amaze you.
The dog your kids begged for that you didn't want and are allergic to will be your responsibility and yours alone. Breathe out.
Positive you're not taking crazy pills.
Breathe in. Yes, moving the elementary school bake sale online instead of canceling it completely is very annoying, but you will participate anyway.
Positive that when it comes to personal milestones, nobody knows yours.
That happy birthday mom card hidden under your driver's seat isn't hidden. It's the one your family forgot to give you last year. This year, there is no card. Breathe out.
Positive your teenager is an absolute liar.
Breathe in. The cigarettes you found in the dryer are not your son's friend's medicinal tobacco. That isn't a thing.
With the positively realistic, no-bull, harsh truth affirmation app, you will realize that your family is not that awful and become immune to the state of the world, the state of your work, the state of your home, and the state of your mind. Everything does kind of suck right now, and you're ready to say good riddance to your totally warranted, though historically disproven expectations. Download the app today, because acknowledging the truth isn't negative when you're absolutely positive it could be worse.
So I thought maybe since your son is such a good skater, we would try skating today.
Well, I'd have to say a hard no on that.
Okay then.
I'm terrified of ice. I can't believe that my 2 kids play hockey where I would not lace up a pair of skates and go on it because I have a fear of falling.
So ixnay on the ice K. I don't know, is that the way you say that? I don't know. We don't have an ice hog here. She ain't gonna do it.
No.
So maybe what we'll do instead is we'll play some street hockey.
That I could do.
So we're gonna set up the net and take some shots.
Oh my God, they're so light. They're light as a feather. Are those official street hockey shoes?
They are.
Gorgeous.
At your nearest hockey store.
You have no skill, but you've got style. So how many times a week do you play street hockey?
Oh, there's 7 days in a week. 7 times a week.
When hell freezes over, I'll be playing there too. Are you ready to see something like you've never seen before?
I'm ready.
Okay. Go. I'm gonna go this way, and then 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 I'm gonna pick it up. Yes!
She scores.
That's what I'm gonna do.
You cheated.
I'm good at that. All right, come at me, come at me. You know you got this.
Little bit of movement.
I'm serious about this game. I am not leaving until we settle this.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay. Now I'm nervous. Oh. That's not where I aimed it.
I'm glad that wasn't a puck.
Oh. Hey, MJ, where are you going? MJ.
Bye. Oh, man. You know, 4 out of 5 dentists agree. Hockey is good for the soul.
What I learned from Janice is that life can change course when you least expect it. But motherhood will always catch up. And that even if you don't say the right thing, trying to guide your kids through their ups and downs is always worth taking the shot, every time.
Now that my kids are all my size or bigger, I wear all their hand-me-downs. Or I like to call them pass-me-ups. Yeah, I wish I could afford all new clothes like my kids can. But at least I get to feel forever 21. Those crop tops look great with my cesarean scar. Daughters are really hard on your self-esteem. Like, they'll always be saying stuff like, "Oh my God, I look horrible. I look like a mom." Yeah, we build their self-esteem up just so that they can destroy ours. That is our job.